Let's take a closer look at the history of the 24-hour race in Le Mans. In 1905, the French Automobile Club, ACF, was looking for a suitable location for a permanent racetrack because races on public roads from town to town were getting increasingly dangerous. So they did a tender for a suitable place for a race circuit. Different projects applied, and in 1906 the project of Georges Durand, a publisher from the area around Le Mans, won the competition. He organized the race with partners and investors from the area, and they founded the Automobile Club of the West, in short ACO, to organize this event. This became the first French Grand Prix in 1906. The track was east of the city Le Mans. It was a triangular country road tarmac circuit which was 103 km long. You can still drive it today. Different race events took place here in the following years. In 1920, Durand investigated the possibility of creating a competition to support the development of road cars. The idea was to create an endurance race for touring cars, so cars with at least 2 seats, which is also going into the night. Headlamps and proper light in the dark was a huge problem for cars at that time, and they wanted motorsport to find solutions for it. At the Paris Car Show 1922, Durand met with Charles Faroux, writer for the magazine L'Auto, and with Emile Coquille, CEO of the British rim manufacturer Rudge Whitworth, and he presented his idea to them. Both loved the idea and supported Durand. Faroux initially planned an 8-hour race into the night, 4 hours in daylight, 4 hours in the dark. But they scratched that idea quickly because who wants to finish a race in the dark? Instead, they decided for a 24-hour race, which was new and hard to get approved by the authorities. They planned it in June time, so the nights are shorter. Durand and Faroux worked out the technical regulations, and Coquille financed the project. To be able to see cars more often, they decided for a new, shorter track through the villages south of Le Mans, and with one sharp right turn at the edge of the city. The track was 17 km long instead of the 103 km of the one before. This track was first used for the French Grand Prix 1921, the first race after the First World War in France. The first 24-hour race in Le Mans happened on 26th and 27th of May 1923 with 33 teams. The technical regulations required each manufacturer to offer the same car as the race car to customers. You could only use a car that had been produced 30 times for customers. Cars could only participate in the exact same trim and setup as the customer car. And cars with up to 1100 cc needed to have at least 2 seats, cars with more capacity needed to have at least 4 seats. Each empty seat had to have a ballast of 60 kg. So road relevance was really important for the makers of the first 24-hour race at Le Mans. And having 2 seats and lights is still a requirement until today. And there was also a minimum distance which had to be covered. Cars with less than 1100 cc had to cover at least 800 kilometers in 24 hours. A 6-liter car had to cover at least 1200 kilometers. That also resulted in the fact that cars slowed down after they reached the minimum distance if they had enough gap to their rivals, which helped them with reliability. So in the end, after the first 24-hour race, 30 of the 33 starters finished the race, which was great for the manufacturer's marketing. The weather was extreme at this first edition. They started the race during a hailstorm. It was raining the whole weekend with strong winds. The paddock was built with tents, so you can imagine how that was like. In the night the forests were dark, but in Arnage and Moussan the French army put up acetylene lights. Still the same setup today, just the lights are LEDs. Each car was driven by 2 drivers. Only 3 teams were not from France. Bugatti, for example, was founded in Molsheim, Germany in 1909. The area just recently became France after the First World War. The Bugatti factory rented 2 Brescia 16S from customers for the race. The small 1500cc car had to carry 180 kg ballast due to its engine size. They finished 10th and 22nd. The only British car was a private Bentley. It was the private car of founder Walter Owen Bentley, which he sold to the Canadian race driver John Duff. Bentley supported DAF with his works driver Franck Clément, spare parts and mechanics. The simplest car was a modified Model T, which had to add 2 seats above the rear axle to be legal for the race. This Ford Model T finished in 14th position, 31 laps behind the winner. The race was dominated by two Chenot and Walker, who led the race until the end. The Bentley had a number of problems. The heavy car only had brakes at the rear axle. A stone destroyed one headlight and another one damaged the fuel tank. The Bentley was leaking fuel until it stopped 3 kilometers before the pits. The other driver, Franck Clément, took a bicycle, fixed 2 jerry cans with fuel on it and cycled to the stranded Bentley. Despite the leak, the additional fuel was enough to bring the car back to the pits, with the bike fixed to the back of the Bentley. The repair job took 2 hours, and in the end they could still finish 4th overall. So, the history of the 24 Hours of Le Mans and the track at Le Mans goes back much longer than 1923. Road relevance was the main focus of the race, and it should help to develop road cars further. Until today, the ACO organizes the race, Le Mans cars have to be 2-seaters, and the race is still used to develop light technology further. So I hope you liked this look back in history, and please consider to become a B-Sport Club member to support the channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.